Hi, this is Adam Ginsberg, and thank you so much for joining me for episode 3, how to turn $1,000 into $100,000 using BOLO search. Now, as always, I need to begin with a disclaimer. Your results will vary. The results that you see are not typical, and everyone that has participated in this Internet Mastery community with BOLO search, Spy Rivals, and all of our underlying technology has made an investment to participate. Now, as I'm going to share with you in each one of these episodes, the first thing that I want to remind you of is that if you've not seen episode 1 or episode 2, please go back and watch them. It is very important to watch these in order. And the second thing we'll continue to do is update you on the state of the Internet Mastery community with our real-time leaderboard. People that have attended our Internet Mastery event have decided to participate in our ongoing opportunities, and now we are able to track their results in real time. Let's take a quick peek at the leaderboard before we get started. So what you can see here is that our Internet Mastery community is about to hit an incredible milestone. We're currently at $149,973,613.42. And since I refreshed the leaderboard just 11 minutes ago, it just went up again. There are now 51 orders. It just went up again. There are now 60 orders, $777 in sales. And there is a link directly beneath this video where you can watch these results in real time. Every time you load the page, you'll be able to watch the orders come in, and you'll be able to track the progress of our Internet Mastery community. All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump into the real content of episode number 3. We're going to go through 2 different types of BOLO deal opportunities. And at a very high level, I think it's important to understand that as a member of our Internet Mastery community, we analyze thousands of deals every week, and 10 unique deals will be pushed into your account on a weekly basis. Now, there are no good deals, there are no bad deals, there are just opportunities. And as we approach and understand these opportunities, we realize the power of what the BOLO deals are all about. Some of the BOLO deals are going to be what I call low-hanging fruit. In other words, you click on the BOLO deal and you simply straight away buy it, and it's ungated and it's easy breezy cover girl. It's no problem. But many of the deals are going to look like bad deals, and then all of a sudden, if we understand this process, they become good deals. Now, these are retail arbitrage deals. That means that we're buying from the retailer and then we're selling those items on Amazon. And in many cases, the items are on sale or clearance or closeout. One of the things I want to make sure that everybody understands, and this is going to be our first topic here today, is that sometimes the deals that present themselves are going to be sold out at the retailer. What does that mean? It means that our technology and our systems will find a deal at a retailer and will match that deal up with the deal on Amazon. And the goal would be to find a product that is selling well, that is profitable, and that is ungated. In other words, an opportunity for you to be able to sell it. Sometimes it's automatically ungated, and sometimes you have to apply for that process. But we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Right now, what I want to share with you is something that is very important for you to understand and to recognize. We're talking about buying from a retailer. So the BOLO deal in and of itself is the opportunity to learn what to look for and potentially find something to buy. But when we click through to the retailer, there will be times, and depending on the time of the year, sometimes more often than not, that deal is sold out at the retailer. Now, that typically presents itself with a challenge for the person that's looking at those deals. I mean, you can only imagine how would somebody feel if they're so excited to get their BOLO deals. They click on one that looks really good. They're excited to buy it. They head over to the retailer, whether it's Target or Best Buy or Macy's or wherever it is, and that opportunity is no longer an option because the item is sold out. So here's something that I want you to recognize. One of my favorite quotes of all time, I'll say it over and over again, I may say it in every episode, is that opportunities never go away. They just go to someone else. Let me say it again. Opportunities don't go away. They just go to somebody else. Now, you're not the only person who has the idea that maybe they should buy that inventory to sell it on Amazon. Obviously, there are people all around the world that understand this concept where they go to the retailer and try to find deals. So there are people who don't have access to BOLO deals, who are not part of the Internet Mastery community, that are making a lot of money doing this arbitrage process. Maybe they got there before you. Maybe somebody just decided they wanted to buy 10 or 12 video games for their family members for the holidays. We don't know who's buying on the retail side. But if the deal is sold out at the retailer, that's not something that is in the control of the technology. So the real question is, what do we do in that situation? So I want to give you an example of something that just occurred recently within our community. I had a conversation in our Facebook group with one of our students who was letting me know that all of their deals this particular week were bad. Now, again, I don't think there's any bad BOLO deals. That's just the way that I look at it. I look at them as opportunities. And so if the opportunity is not obvious, that doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that we need to look a little bit deeper and a little bit further into that opportunity. So as we were having this conversation in our Facebook group, this particular student had said that all their deals were bad. And when I asked what they meant by bad, they said that, well, when they went to the retailer to buy those deals, they were sold out. And I can understand, look, when somebody's new and they're just getting started, and again, they're really excited, they're not really sure how to approach the process or what to do. So understand that the BOLO deals are going to give you ideas and they're going to present opportunities to you. But you still need to know how to source product and sell on Amazon. And we have a formula in Internet Mastery that's very straightforward. I'll share it with everybody so you understand what you need to do. So here it is. Step number 1 is source the product. Step number 2 is make sure it's on Amazon. Step number 3, determine the profitability. And step number 4, make sure it's selling. Step number 4A is list the item before you buy it. Step number 5 is buy the inventory. 5A is send the item to your house or to the prep center. And step number 6 is send the item to Amazon for fulfillment. So there's 8 steps in our 6-step formula, and we've been utilizing this formula within our Internet Mastery community for years. It is the formula that has generated now just under $150 million in sales. So step number 1 is source the product. Now, what that means is finding items to sell. Well, what the BOLO deal concept is that the deals are found for you. But if the deal is not perceived as a good deal, and by the way, a good deal that's sold out is still a good deal. It just means you can't buy the deal, but it's still a good deal. You might want to look up and see maybe there's another place that sells that item that you'll be able to get it, that has it in stock. That is certainly one opportunity. But that's not the path that I want to take here today. So what I want to do is I want to share with you this experience in this account. I'm not going to use my own account for this example. I'm going to use this particular example from this conversation that I just had. So let's go ahead and take a look at their BOLO deals, and then let's see what we can glean from that. All right, so now I'm on the BOLO deals of this particular student, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and take a look at the last option on the page. This is the Project High Rise Architects Edition Xbox One game. we can see that the daily estimated sales are 5.81, but the important number that we're looking for is the monthly estimated buys. So that's 13.32, or let's lower that to 13 units a month. We can also see that the net profit is $5.19 after all Amazon fees, and the ROI is 40%. So what we'll do is, this looks like a really, really good deal. What we'll do is we'll head over now to Best Buy and check it out. Now, what we can see from the Best Buy page is that this item is in fact sold out. So we are unable to buy this particular deal. Now, here's an important point. When we look at the BOLO deal results and we see all of the really exciting metrics, in theory, this looks like it's going to be a great deal. But in reality, when we head over to Best Buy to buy that item, we can't because it is out of stock. So that takes our theory and makes this a deal that is not as exciting as we initially thought that it might be. So as we're looking at this particular deal, we understand that we can't buy it. And so what do we do next? Do we walk away? Do we think that our BOLO deals are bad deals? Or do we have the opportunity here to turn some lemons into lemonade? Now, part of the success of our Internet Mastery community is related to the education and the understanding of our success formula. And there are 6 steps in this formula. Step number 1 is source the product. Step number 2 is see if it's on Amazon. Step number 3, determine the profitability. Step number 4, make sure it's selling. 4A, list it before you buy it. 5, buy it. 5A, send it to your house or the prep center. And step 6 is send it to Amazon for fulfillment. So step number 1 is source the product. That means we need to figure out what we're going to sell. Of course, the idea of the BOLO deals is to be able to give you some opportunities and some education around what could be selling. There's no guarantee that you're going to be able to buy the BOLO deal, and in this particular case, obviously you can't. So what I want to do is give you 2 alternative methods to be able to source the product if you in fact find that the BOLO deal is out of stock. So let's take a quick look and see what our options are. So for the first option, to determine whether or not we have any other opportunities here, we'll do the SPY Rivals lookup. And with this technology, it doesn't just tell us what's selling and what's not. It also gives us the UPC code. So we could do a reverse lookup and check with Google Shopping to see if there's any other place that this item is available for sale. Now you can see in the Google search results that whoever listed this item on Amazon did not use an effective UPC code. Now that's beyond the scope of this training, but suffice it to say that our first option of reverse engineering other places where we could buy that item just simply aren't going to work. So let's go ahead and head over to plan B. Let's go back to the Best Buy page and let's see if we can figure it out. So on this Best Buy page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down just a little bit and I'm going to look for the section that says frequently bought together. And you can see there are 19 items here. So frequently bought together, that means that people who bought this game also bought some of these games. And so we've got some different opportunities here. Now, the first one that jumps out at me is this one called Dirt 5 because it is on clearance. So let's take a look at this particular item. And we can see that it's $14.99 and it is available to purchase. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine as if I was utilizing my 6-step formula. See, again, the BOLO deal has helped us. We would not have woken up this morning and picked that video game as what we'd want to sell on Amazon. But what happened was we went to the BOLO deal. The BOLO deal was sold out. We scrolled down to where it said people who buy this often buy this, and we ended up with an item that was in stock at Best Buy. Now, we need to determine whether this is a good or bad deal. Sometimes just because it's bought together doesn't necessarily mean it's a good deal, but at least we know it's in stock, which is the problem we were having the first time around. So we'll just do our normal conventional product sourcing method here. Let's go ahead and do this together and just see what happens. And we can see that the item is in fact on Amazon. And I'll click on See All Buying Options. And when we take a look, we find that there are 23 people selling this item. Now, we need to make sure that we're competing with the right people. So in the filter, I'm going to select Prime, and I'm going to select New. And when I do that, we'll find that we have 9 sellers. And the lowest price is $25.18, and then it goes up a little bit higher, up to $35. So if it was me, I'd price this item right in here at $25.99, but the question now is whether or not it's selling. So I'm going to use Spy Rivals X to tell me whether the data is good or not on this particular item. So let's look at that, and here's what we can see. This item is selling 5.65 units a day, and I can sell 13 of these items every month. Now we know that our buy price is $14.99, and our sell price will be $25.99. So if I click on Calculate Profit, we can see that our profit is 10%. Now that profit might not be that exciting, and this might not be the final deal that we end up with. But the process that I want you to understand here is that when an item is sold out on a retailer's website, they almost always offer the people who buy this often buy this. And what I want you to do is I want you to start looking at those other offers and then reverse engineer that process. We see this happen all the time. Items that are in the BOLO deals are sold out at the retailer's page. And then when they're sold out, some people walk away, they think, oh my gosh, this is a terrible deal, or all my items are sold out. By the way, let me just give you a different framework. If all of your items are sold out at the retailer, that's a great thing. That's not a bad thing. That means that you're getting BOLO deals that are really popular. They're really popular because people are buying them at the retailer. If no one was ever buying the deals, well, then maybe that's the wrong product to sell in the first place. So when we find a deal that is sold out, we're just going to look at some of the other suggested items, and we'll follow our normal process for product sourcing. Copy the title, bring it to Amazon, make sure it's there, then determine the profitability, see that it's selling, make sure that it's ungated so you can list it, and then we're going to buy it and we're going to send it to the prep center. And so again, if an item is not in stock, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you have to take the next step to be able to find those particular good deals. By the way, let me give you just one other important element to think about. There's a lot of people that are going to look at a deal and not have any idea about the content that I just shared with you. That means that for those people, when they find a deal that is out of stock, they're simply going to walk away. The competition that you have with those other sellers, they've left the game. They've walked off the field. In your case, you're going to now know to do that deeper dive. You're going to look at the deals and the opportunities that present themselves. Now, that was just one segment of what I wanted to cover here in this episode. But now what I want to do is I want to go one step further, and I want to take you into my own account where I've got some BOLO deals and share with you an opportunity that I found, or at least that I thought was good. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. So now that I'm here in this account, I'm going to scroll down to the deal that I thought was going to be fantastic. And this is for the Ghirardelli milk chocolate melting wafers. And what we can see here, let me close this counter. What we can see here is that the monthly estimated buys are 26 with an 84% ROI. Well, this would be considered a home run in terms of deals and opportunities. So when I clicked on the Spy Rivals lookup, I wanted to see in real time whether or not the item was gated or not gated and whether I could list it, because I was going to buy 22 of these. It says Spy Rivals tells me I can sell 22 of these a month. So I'm going to click list on Amazon. And what I find is that we need approval to list this item. And because there's no link here for me to directly do it, it's very possible that this particular vendor is not accepting applications to get ungated for this specific listing. Now, one important thing that I really want you to understand and have as a takeaway is that because an item is gated doesn't mean the whole brand is gated. It might just be that you can't sell that brand unless you have the legitimate invoices you'll need from a wholesaler. That is possible. But oftentimes, what is actually gated is the ASIN. What is actually gated is the listing itself. It isn't the Ghirardelli chocolate. It might be specific to that listing for that milk chocolate. So I want to take a very similar approach that I just shared with you over at Best Buy with that DVD, and I want to give you just something else to consider. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to now take a look on Amazon for my suggestions on how to turn this deal into a great deal. So from my BOLO deals, I'm going to click on the ASIN. Okay, so here I am on the Amazon page, and we already know that this is an item that we can't sell. If I click on the Spy Rivals X button, it will validate that where it shows here that we need approval to list. So let's just scroll down just a little bit and let's take a look at what Amazon offers. Amazon gives us some amazing opportunities if we know what we're looking for. So in this case, we can see that people who buy the milk chocolate also buy the dark chocolate and the white chocolate bundle. Now we also can see, if we look just a little bit lower on the page, that there are listings for the 2-pack. That's the one that we just see that Amazon suggests. We can also see that there's a listing for a 3-pack. And we can also see that there's a listing for a 2-pack of 2 of the same items. Both are milk chocolate. So we'll take a look at, there's the 2-pack right there. This is the 3-pack bundle right there. And this is the 2-pack bundle right there. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that when we look at the BOLO deal, we see it's profitable, we see that it's selling, but we also can see that we need approval to list that listing. Now, of course, the big takeaway there for most people is let's move on to something else. And what I'm suggesting to you is that you have to go a little bit deeper. The BOLO deals are opportunities for you to find items and products that you never would have looked for on your own. So what we'll do in this case is we'll take a look at Amazon and we're going to see what we find. Well, we find that Amazon recommends that people buy the dark chocolate and the white chocolate if you're already buying the milk chocolate. We also find that there's a 3-pack, the white chocolate, the dark chocolate, and the milk chocolate all combined together. Now, we can also find in that same view that there's a 2-pack of the milk chocolate. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, of course, the items are going to be gated, and they may well be gated. I'm not sure whether they're going to be gated or not, but at the end of the day, sometimes the brand is gated, the entire brand, but sometimes it's the listing. Now, I can't tell you why Amazon decides what they decide. I'm just sharing with you there's more to it than meets the eye. So let's take a quick peek. We're going to use Spy Rivals X, so we'll get the information right away. Let's start off with the 2-pack. The 2-pack, the dark and the white, I'm going to click the Spy Rivals X button. It's going to tell us if it's selling, if it is, how many, and if it's gated or not. Let's click it. What do we see? Wow. This one is selling 40 units a month. It is not gated, and if we buy them for $4.89, that's going to be a total of $9.80. So in this case, we could buy them for $9.80. We could sell them for $18.52. That's if we match the lowest price. Click Calculate Profit, and we can see that this one is not profitable. So in the first example, that's not going to be a great deal. Now, what's interesting to me, what's fascinating about this, is that the 2-pack sells better than the 1-pack. But more importantly than that, the 2-pack is not gated. Do you understand the opportunity that this opens up for you? In every bit of product sourcing, every time you find a product that's gated, maybe there's a bundle, maybe there's a similar item, maybe there's a 2-pack or a 3-pack that is not gated, but you just have missed all of those opportunities. That might have the light bulb going off effect for some of you, but let's keep going. Let's see if there's any other opportunities here. So the next one that we're going to look at is the 2-pack of milk chocolate. We'll click See All Buying Opportunities. I'm going to click on Filter, Prime, and we can see here that there is a prime opportunity for $18.99. We can also see that there's another opportunity for $25. There's a lot of people selling this item for $24.99. So that would probably be the best opportunity for us. Let's take a look and see if it's selling. And it is selling. And what we can see is that there are no listing restrictions that apply. So before I go too far, let me just share with you the importance of this. If I haven't already, the 1-pack, the BOLO deal was gated. The BOLO deal was a bad deal. But because we are reverse engineering the BOLO deal brings us to a 2-pack of the same item that is not gated. Now, I should do one other thing before we get too excited about any of this, and that's to see if we can even buy the dark chocolate and the white chocolate. From my BOLO deal, I'm going to click on Target, and we can see that the item is in stock. There it is, no problem. Can order a bunch of them. And if I scroll down just a little bit further, there's the dark chocolate and there's the white chocolate. So the opportunities are there. They are not on sale, which means that when I sell out, I'll be able to order them over and over and over again. So let's go back to our Amazon page and take a look at this and say, if we bought 2 of them for $9.80 and we sold it for $24.99, click Calculate Profit, we can see here that we make a 53% return and we make $5.23 and we can do 16 of these a month. Now, let's talk about what's next. So in this particular case, you would buy 16 of one item and 16 of another item, but they're both the same item. So you would buy 32 of the milk chocolate. Then when you submit them to the prep center will do the bundling for you. So when the product is received, they will create the 2-packs, sticker the 2-packs, and send them off to Amazon so you don't have to do any of that work. The bundling process is not complex, but it is time-consuming. And so when we talk about having a hands-free turnkey business that we could do from anywhere in the world, this bundling opportunity becomes even more powerful. Now we have one more to look at, and that's the 3-pack. Let's see what those results are. So on the 3-pack listing, I'm going to click on Spy Rivals X, and we can see that with the 3-pack, we can sell almost 20 units of this a month. Now, if we were to buy 3 of them for $4.89 each, that would be a total of $14.70. It's selling for $29.99 if we matched that price. Click on Calculate Profit. We could see that the profit is 25%, but that's not actually the number we would want to sell it for. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on Amazon. We can see that the $29.99 price is sold and fulfilled by the same people. Well, what we want is we want to match the lowest FBA prime price of $34.75. So if I come back up here and I change my sell price to $34.95, click on Calculate Profit, my profit goes from 25% to 54%, and I make almost $8 on every one of these. So that's super exciting. So let me just do this quick recap for you. On the milk and the milk bundle, the milk chocolate and milk chocolate bundle, we're going to make good profit, and we could sell 16 of those a month. So we're going to buy 32 and we're going to make 16 bundles. We're going to send them to the prep center. Now, in the second example, we have the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, and the white chocolate. We could sell almost 20 of those. So what are we going to do? We're going to buy 20 of each. We're going to send 60 units to the prep center, and they will combine and make those packs for us so we don't have to. So we're going to pull 20 units, 20 packs out of the third opportunity. Remember, the first opportunity with the dark chocolate and the white chocolate, that one wasn't profitable. It was selling, but it wasn't profitable. The milk chocolate combined with the milk chocolate is going to give us, I'm hungry just thinking about it, is going to give us 16 sets, 16 packs, and we're going to be able to have the prep center combine them for us. The third option is the milk, the dark, and the white chocolate. Almost 20 units that we can sell in a given month at a 54% ROI. So, folks, here's the thing that I want you at a high level to recognize. When I went to my BOLO deals and I looked at the milk chocolate, it was gated. So what most people, when they see that, would do is they would go on to the next deal. But when you understand the opportunity around the BOLO deal and you start to understand how to reverse engineer this process, because opportunities are everywhere. You just need to be guided in the right direction. So what we did in this particular case is we just took a look on Amazon and said, what else is similar that Amazon recommends? We also made sure that Target had all of the required inventory in stock. And then we realized that the dark chocolate and the white chocolate was a bad deal. The two milk chocolates were a good deal, and the milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate were great deals. The other takeaway that I have from this is that these are consumable products that we can reorder every month. These items are not on sale, clearance, or closeout. So this becomes a product that I can reorder month after month after month and generate revenue on an ongoing basis. Wow, that was a lot of information to unpack. That was a lot that we covered here. But there's two big takeaways. The first one is if your item is sold out, that doesn't mean you're out of luck. It just means you need to do a little bit of a deeper dive. And if your item is gated, it doesn't mean you're out of luck. It just means that you need to do a deeper dive. In other words, understanding what a BOLO deal is and recognizing the opportunities that come from it, whether it's the immediate opportunity or if it's the process of reverse engineering. This concept, these BOLO deals, they change everything. This is a step-by-step process whereby the better you get at understanding and learning the Amazon business, the more you appreciate what can come from these BOLO deals. I am confident that we will have people turn $1,000 into $100,000 by simply using the tools, the technology, and the understanding that comes from the education on what needs to be done to get the desired result. I'm not going to make a promise. I'm not going to make a claim. I'm not going to tell you that if you're not a member of Internet Mastery and you sign up and you pay to be part of what we're doing, or maybe you're already part of our team and you've paid already, I'm not going to tell you how long that's going to take. I can't do that. You've still got to do the work. There's things that need to happen. But when you follow the process and you reverse engineer these deals and you look at them the right way, and then you make the investment in your product, and then you send it to the prep center, this becomes one of the greatest opportunities in the history of opportunities. And so I share this with you so that you can do it the right way. You can learn from it. And if you're not a member of Internet Mastery, please feel free to scroll down and click the link and take part in, actually, it's a 1-hour free class on how you can get this business started. Last thing I want you to do, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you can get alerted when the new opportunities are there. So thanks so much for watching, and get ready, coming soon, episode 4.